Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Kerbalism. My name is Seth. In our last episode we pretty much failed to dock with our new station. There are a couple of reasons for that failure. One, the docking port mod that I'm using is a little bit finicky in the way that they're docking. And additionally, I forgot to put a battery on the rocket, which means that we aborted and bought the Kerbal home. That was Mellery Kerman. So what I've done is I've gone through and edited the config file for that part, and we can see here that KSP is just looking up on me. I've edited the config file for that part and actually tested it and docked first go without any concerns whatsoever. So hopefully the issue has been resolved. We shall find out. So what we'll do is let's jump into the AB. We'll quickly modify the craft. We'll make it the Ophelia 9 because it's actually not a bad craft. It does what we need it to do. We just need to put batteries in it. So load the Ophelia 8 and the Ophelia 9. Now we've got the same experiments in there. We need to action group them. Observe specimen and observe specimen. Now what the actual part that I changed was the docking port, and I configured it so that the grip distance and the distance at which it would the magnets would start to pull and the power of the magnets were increased. I basically doubled them. I'm actually curious to know now. I'm gonna stick a monopropellant. Okay, there isn't. That goes there. That actually, no, it's crooked. There we go. I'm going to turn the monopropellant fuel cell on. Shouldn't need that much, to be honest. Don't need that much monopropellant, given the testing that we did. So we've got action groups. We've got a way to get battery power. Beautiful. Let's launch it. I don't know who's going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be Jebediah. So yeah, the actual originally if you open the config file, the PK docking ports, the original change that I made before we put the Otter cabin up there was to change can't actually find it now, to be honest. I'm just looking for the change that I made and I can't quite find it. So let's give me a second. We'll just time warp to get. Oh, we've missed it, and now we've missed it twice. Just getting my phase. I'm going to be about 311. There we go. SAS on, throttle down, ignite the LFO, which we're not worrying about, and get the solid rocket boosters. Let's turn the game audio up. Yeah, Jebediah. Okay. 254, Jebediah, just write that down. So the actual part that we modified. We'll just grab that. Okay, I was looking at the wrong one. So the actual part that we modified for the Pico port was the capture min roll dot. It's normally set to 0.99 and I set that to 0.75, which means I can be within 25 degrees of the correct orientation before it will activate. Now the acquire range, capture range, and the acquire force. I doubled the distance of all of those, so it will pull, the magnets will be twice as strong. It will capture from twice the distance, and the lights that indicate that it's lined up will activate from twice as far. So let's throttle up the LFO, jettison the SRVs. Turn the lights on. Start to do our turn. So I tested this and it just docked. It just worked first go. It worked pretty much as I expected normal docking ports to dock. So that's good. I'll probably leave those changes for this playthrough at this stage. I don't see the need to modify that. And hopefully we can start getting some successful missions. Let's grab the flying high experiments. I forgot to grab those on the launch pad. Surprise, surprise. And so far everything appears to be a normal launch, everything going quite well. Except for forgetting to get the sights, I'm quite happy. A very beautiful skybox. Now, I'm not actually sure how much of the skybox rendering comes through on the YouTube video. It might be nerfed a little bit. Quality's dropped down a touch, so I do apologise for that. It is what it is. So the good thing about this Ophelia vehicle is it's pretty much just full throttle the whole way. There's nothing much too technical about it. You just light the candle and off it goes. Should probably be able to start to see possibly getting the station over the horizon. Maybe not quite yet. Yeah, we should be able to see it. Keeping an eye on our apoapsis. We want to get that to about 105. Because the station's at 110. So start to throttle down a bit on that, so that we can cut off as soon as possible. Okay, so we're going to waste a couple of 100 meters of delta V, but let's jettison that. Gauge the second stage. Let's open up the cargo bay and let's turn on the fuel cell. Probably won't do anything because it's already fully charged because of the alternator on the engine, and we'll ditch the nose cone. So let's burn come on, let's what am I doing? That's what I want. Keep burning. And unfortunately we're going to be, because we've launched at night and we're doing a one orbit rendezvous, we'll be docking at night. So let's line this up. Minimus off in the distance. I think I'd be able to. I kind of thought I'd be able to see it. See the station by now, but maybe it's just too far off. To worry, let's time accelerate to around about there. Throttle up the engine. Certainly not it. That's our launch stage. It's just odd. Okay. So far so good, everything going well. Hopefully we'll have some success this time. That's the, oh, okay, that's the nose cone, right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Throttle it down just a touch. Okay, so now we'll finish this off with a little bit of RCS, just fine control RCS. So that'll get us to within 600 meters. We get better than that? We certainly can. 400, 300. So now I'm just actually translating just ever so slightly. I'm using IJKL to adjust my inclination. You can see the ascending node, descending node moving as I'm doing that. And that's probably there we go, 100 meters. That's, so look at that, pretty much one burn, a little bit of RCS, and we've gotten to 100 within 100 meters. So how am I going? I've got electric charge. Okay, so that's going down. My monopropellant's stable. Fuel cell's on. That's chewing through its own monopropellant, and I've got monopropellant in the tank here as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. What we might do is we will time warp around until, yeah. So let's just enjoy the scenery. Transition over through to nighttime. amazing feeling crossing over the terminus. It's not as though I'm the only one that's ever had problems docking rockets, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that NASA had aborted a few missions too, so docking's not easy. Okay, so you can see time warp's complete in 4 minutes. We'll be 100 meters away from our craft. It is below us, so let's have a look at that. And you can see it there, 20 kilometers away. Wonderful. How is everything? Monopropellant good, electric good. So far everything looks fine. So let's time warp a little bit and let's start thinking this through. I'm going to go target retrograde, because I'm going to have to burn off about 70 meters per second of velocity. So we'll line up retrograde. Just check, I'm probably going to set thrust limit 40%. Let's get a bit closer. That's probably a bit too close. I'm actually going to just burn offset to push my retrograde onto my target retrograde, which will bring our target distance down, our separation distance down to 0. Okay, so now we're going 7 meters per second. Okay, and I'm just going to push my retrograde on the target retrograde. 4 meters per second. We'll probably accelerate. Now, depending, we're not that far from the terminus, so we might actually end up docking a little bit during the daytime. But right now, what we need to do is look at slowing our velocity down, our relative velocity down to probably about 1 or 2, maybe 1 at this stage. Let's increase the throttle. Okay, so 1 meter per second. Let's control from here and turn around. So now we're going to engage the RCS and just going to hold off here for a second. Just turn on fine controls. Just work out what orientation the station's in, because it's not the best orientation for us. So just going to working out my translation. I'm going to actually aim for this docking port just here. I'm just going to bring that around on the outside of me. It will be, I think, radial out, the correct term. Let's turn around. How's my monopropellant? Yep, not too bad. Look at that. Quite beautiful, actually. Grab a quick screenshot and back to work. So what I need to do is get these lined up. Just ever so gently. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, seriously. You've got to be kidding me. I tested this and it worked first go. It was beautiful. Now you're being a jerk. So let me just double check. Set that as my target correctly. I'm controlling from here correctly. Just let me dock. For goodness sake. Let's let's try that again. How is the orientation on that, to be honest? Is that, I mean, the orientation's okay. It's not too bad, so I don't know what's gone wrong there. There we go. Come on. I'm going to quickly shift. There we go. There we go. Successfully docked. Successfully docked. Quite painful to do eventually, but we got there. So now that habitat's disabled. What I want to do, so this is actually going to use monopropellant. It'll probably, everything's charged up, so we can disable that fuel cell. Additionally, we can transfer all monopropellant, because as long as the battery's full when I leave, we will have enough to get back to Kerbin. So we'll make sure we store all that in there. Yeah. So I guess now let's turn on the habitat. Wow, that really plows through the nitrogen for some reason. Why is that? That's interesting. Gagarin station. Good nitrogen. 1 hour and 44 minutes of nitrogen. That's not what I was expecting. Huh. This may not be good. So what if I change that flow priority? Does that stop it from being used? Okay. I'll keep that not. I want to keep that nitrogen, and I only want to use that nitrogen. Ah. Okay, so that's not working either. What if I just pause that? And pause that. Sucking my electric charge too, wow. So let's take that and put the electric charge. I basically want to leave everything in this craft available so that I can get out, but that's concerning. Interesting. What if I turn the pressure control off? Okay. Ah, 99, 4 hours. Just control and running. 1 hour, 33 minutes. All right. Well, look, I think this will be a good place to leave this episode. We now have successfully docked. So I think we've fixed the docking issues that we've had in the past. It now should be fairly straightforward. We can look at getting more craft into orbit and connected to the station and start building out our station. But I will leave this episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye for now.